Guys, first, before we get into it, if you don't know why she's in her cast here, she broke both of her wrists. Make sure to watch that video if you're here on YouTube to hear the complete story. She broke her wrist trying to help our daughter and being a great, brave mom.
Being nonsensical.
But sometimes we're nonsensical when we do things out of love.
Listen, even at that thought, Alexis was home with my mom and my brother. Like, my family was already here. Not my brother, my brother-in-law and my sister. So my family was already here. So I know she was like getting taken care of. And I knew that she didn't have anything broken. I was just like, well, thank God this wasn't Alexis. Like, this part here wasn't Alexis.
Yeah.
Because that would just be like the worst. You know?
As a parent, like, you don't want to see your child suffer in that regard. It's like, nobody wants you or I to get hurt, but if it has to be one of us, like, that's better than the kids. So
at least this is not Alexis sitting here finding out that she's got 2 broken wrists. Her birthday party was going to be in a couple of days. Like, I was just like, oh, okay.
We'll do anything, hopefully, for our kids, and she proved that she would. It's different to say, I would jump in front of a car, but would you really if you had the unfortunate opportunity? And you showed bravery, and I can't say that I'm proud of you, but I am proud. I mean, it's like nobody wants that to happen, but we are thankful that everyone is okay and that you're going to heal. She's going to be okay by her birthday. I told her.
6 months.
In January. You're going to be okay.
Listen, even in knowing that this happened, like, even if I knew that I would do it again if it gave me the chance to lessen Alexis's injury and fall. Like, I wouldn't even think twice again. I would do it again. I hate it. I'm like depressed. I'm sad. Like, I'm not the type of person to sit around and do nothing or have people do things for me. So it's affecting me in that type of way that I'm just like, I told her, I'm like, Justin, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm sad. Like, I'm really sad about this.
Well, what you need to do is heal. You need to heal, and that's it. Like, the trauma you're going through in your body is really intense. So you just need to heal.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I could handle it better if it was one. At least I have one hand that is, free to motion and can do things for myself. But, the first night it happened, I got back from urgent care and, like, my mom fed me. Like, this is when it really hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm really in a situation that I have to figure out how I can feed myself. That first night I absolutely couldn't because I couldn't figure out how to do anything. They had me wrapped down to my elbows so that I wouldn't turn my wrist over at all. Until I could see the orthopedic, and I was just like, wow, I'm 39 years old and my mom's sitting here feeding me. Like, it was just like, oh my gosh. So,
ain't that brush your teeth, guys?
Yeah, that very first night was really rough. Like, I couldn't use the bathroom even on my own.
Well, it's rough now. Like, people should know when you go through. I mean, you're sitting here now and you're in good spirits, but like you're hurt.
I'm really not.
I'm saying, like, you appear to be, but you're really in a lot of pain. Like,
I'm in pain physically, and I'm in pain, like, emotionally. Like, it's hard. It's hard to deal with. Like, Jersey was scared he was crying. They said that Jersey was hysterical while we were gone. Like, he was just like, what's going on?
That was tough because as we were leaving, Jersey's not withdrawn with his emotions, but he's kind of the guy who will kind of go around the corner to cry and not let you see it. Like, he's not a guy, he's a 3-year-old, but he's not quick to, like, have outbursts or whatever. But as we were leaving and I was taking out the door, like, he hit the ground and, like, he was just crying, and that, like, that made you feel really bad because this 3-year-old understands, the severity of what's going on, and they don't understand that you're going to be okay or whatever. It's like, it can be tough times, and other families go through the same thing, and it's unfortunate, but accidents happen. Like, that's just what's going to happen. And other people that are watching now, they are going through, even right now, something way worse. So we have to be fortunate that you're going to be okay. It sucks now, but you're going to be okay. Alexis has cuts, no breaks, so she has a great story to tell. Everyone's going to be okay. What sucks for you right now is that you feel like you're not independent or even worthy because you have nothing to do. So you're just sitting there. But the thing is, like, you're in pain, you're in trauma. So people have to take care of you. You have no risk. I told her last night, I'm like, if you broke one, people learn how to do everything with one arm. She's got 2 broken. So it's like trying to tie your shoes with, like, your teeth or something. It's like she can't rotate at all.
I can't even put on a shoe.
Yeah,
I cannot even put on a shoe. That's what I'm saying. I guess it gets to me at the point where I try and do things like, press a button to even like turn on my phone, and I can't do it because it's my wrists that are broken, but all these things are connected, and I cannot put any like pressure on my hands to turn or touch or push things because it ruminates down to my wrists, and it's just like I can't squeeze things. I can't open it's like, what's the point of even having my fingers out because they can't do anything. They can't do much of anything. I can lightly hold something. If something has weight, I can't pick up this water right now.
But it's going to be like that for quite a while. Like, you need to understand that this is not a good time in life for you or us. It's basically like you have to heal, and you have to get to this point of life where it just sucks, We talk about that sometimes, like you can't appreciate the good times without knowing there's also bad times, and sometimes you're sitting in that bad time. You're like, it's right now, and you can't escape it. You just have to sit there and say, this kind of sucks. And I feel bad for you because I know that there's pain as well as the emotional trauma or drama of just like, I can't do anything. You also have, physical pain to accompany that.
We're both very active with our kids. We hug them, pick them up, like things that I really can't do. The hug is no longer an embrace. It's just kind of like, oh, give me a hug. Jersey was scared to give me a hug. He thought I was bleeding under these things.
Yeah.
That's what he told me today. I was like, Jersey, you're not going to hurt me. He's like, yeah, but you're bleeding. And I'm like, no, I'm not bleeding under here, Jersey. It's just swollen. He's like, so there's no blood under here? I said, no, because he thinks it's a bandage that's like wrapping up blood. So I had to explain to him, like, no, it's just swelling. My fingers are enlarged and things like that. You can't touch it or anything, but I can still, hug you in this way. And I think it gave him a little bit of relief, like, oh, okay. Like, he really thought it was something he was going to hurt me or something. Mm-hmm. That made me sad because he was, like, hesitant to, like, come near me.
Right.
So it's just, like, yeah.
You're helpless because you were selfless. And your daughters and your son, if he'll remember, but your daughters, Ava and Alexis, they're going to remember this forever, and they're going to respect it and love you even more. So right now you're helpless, but this will pass, and your wrist will be fully functional again, and this will be a time in life and a story to tell.
Yeah, no, for sure, I guess. Yeah, it really is hard and difficult sitting through it. And also I'm not somebody who takes pills like I don't take medication. Like I don't, for headaches, like it has to be bad for me to say, okay, I'm going to take a medication. I take multivitamins, but even on that, like I'm horrible at taking like my iron pills. Like I don't like pumping things into my body in that type of way. I just don't. Even now, like having to take pain medication and anti-inflammatory and then steroids and all this stuff, and I'm just like my head's spinning with this. And I haven't been feeling like eating much, and that doesn't help with having to take this medication. The next thing you know, I've got a stomach pain that feels like an ulcer. Like it's just one thing on top of another. I'm just like, Justin, I don't feel well. Like I don't feel well all around. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what can fix it. I don't know what I want. I don't feel well all around. And it's tough. It's tough to feel that way and just know there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, you're not going to feel much better tomorrow or the next day. And that's the truth. But at some point you will, and that will be a blip in time in the scheme of things. But right now you're living it, and it's not fun. Yeah. So guys, show her some love in the comments for the podcast or her Instagram or whatever. Show her some love. Give her a pick-me-up. Say something nice because you look at the comments. But you tried to help your daughter from getting hurt, and that is commendable on every level of respect and motherhood and everything. So we love you for it.